Welcome to my channel, Gaming Etc., where today I'm going to be playing Adventure Time: The Secrets of the Nameless Kingdom. Your host, Etc. Dude, and I have actually played this game before. I played it on the PS Vita, and it's generally the same game, same everything, same trophies or achievements if you're playing on computer and Xbox. But this game plays very much like a Zelda game, where it's a top-down view of it, except with, of course, your heroes being Finn and Jake. And it's one of the really good games that they came out for Adventure Time, which I'm kind of sad because I did always hope that there'd be more Adventure Time games, and ultimately there never really was. So let's get started. I already did do a run of this game before, and that was just to get done with some of the very early kind of trophies. And oops, if I could ever spell anything. And this run is just going to be for the true ending. There are 3 endings which involve, as we progress through, you'll see that they'll involve the princesses of this land, the Nameless Kingdom. But one of the good parts for this entire game is I don't actually have to read anything. The voice actors provide the voice, so they're going to be reading off their own lines, making it a lot easier. Not everybody seems to return. Some of the voices sound a little bit funny, and it's because obviously they couldn't get all the voice actors for it. But they did manage to get Finn and Jake, so that's a plus. Makes it a lot easier. And if you do hear double audio with this capture card, this is really the best I could do. So I have it going off of my headset, and I could hear it off of my headset because it's not actually on my head. It's like just on my knee sitting there, and I could still hear it perfectly fine because there's no way for me to control the audio off of the capture card that's coming through. But it's the only way that I would hear the audio. Otherwise you would hear it through the TV, and the TV would overpower the microphone from capturing any of my voice. So best I could do, had to kind of compromise with that. So let's get started. Oh, and because it's an old game, you're going to see load time pop up with Little Bima.
I'm soaked. I knew sleeping outside was a bad idea, but Jake was being a total dunk about it. Jake! Oh man, where'd he go?
Finn.
Whoa! Jake? Is that you?
I'm sending a message to your mind. Can you hear me, buddy?
Yeah, man. Where'd you go? This is freaking me out a little.
I'm close, but it's dark. It's so dark, Finn. You should save me. Yep, I'm in some trouble here.
I'm coming, Jake. Wherever you are. Can you see any clues? Are there clues nearby?
I can smell something, almost like I'm north of you.
How specific?
Okay, I'm northing it up.
So when you start off, you got no items. You do have your sword, and judging by the fact that you have your leaf sword, it's somewhere. If we're going off of the show, and if you've actually ever watched any of the show, it's probably somewhere between season 4 and 5. Cause yeah, I watched a lot of this show. Because that's about the time he gets his leaf sword. And as I mentioned, this is like a Zelda game, so you're gonna have items. If you pause, you're gonna have all these little items. Here I did save a few of the item gathering things because although there isn't a hard mode, there is a trophy for you beating the game without upgrading a single thing. So you don't upgrade your armor, you don't upgrade your sword, and you don't upgrade your hearts. And so again, similar like a Zelda game, you have hearts, and then you can save here. You have a map here to show you where you are relative to where you need to go. Game's fairly short, so it's not going to be a long game, but I'll try to...
Jake? This might take longer than I thought. There's like a bunch of monsters.
But anyways, I was saying, I will try to keep it short and break it up into the chapters for it, so probably might be 4 and some cleanup.
Oh no. Jake, are you there? No, I was too late.
Huh? What? Oh, right. I'm okay for now. What were you saying about monsters?
They're all over. some kind of monster for us, I think.
Just attack him, dude. Use your grass sword.
Oh, right, yeah. I could swing the grass sword if I hit the square button.
See? Now slice those monster buns.
Very specific. Oop. That was dumb. So just attacking it, all we're doing is going north. You can try to go to other locations. Oh, I'll explain that part later. For that I found. But you can try going to other locations and Jake will tell you, oh no, I'm not this way.
Not that way, Finn.
So it's just forcing you to go north.
Schmauzow! Jake, did you see this castle?
I think so. My memory's pretty hazy, bud. Oh, that's right. I'm inside that castle somewhere. Look for a hidden passage or something.
Dude's being really specific on where he's at. And because this is an Adventure Time game, you're going to see that there's going to be a lot of weird items that we're going to end up finding. More of these crunchy nuts. Oh yeah, I didn't explain that one. So you'll end up finding all sorts of nuts. There's one other item that I'm missing there next to the, I'll just call them jelly beans, regular peanuts. There's an item there that's missing. But these will be used later on, and these are going to be what you can trade to one of the witches. If you watch the Adventure Time game, you'll know who I'll be talking about. We'll see her. And those are used to give you either a boost, temporary boost to your attack, health, invincibility. So all come in really handy. Ooh, that's very familiar. So in we go. If we were to try it from the front castle, the front door's locked, so we're going through this side passageway.
Jake, are you down here? Say something if you can hear me.
I'm real close, Finn. Can't you see me?
No, I can't, Jake. Oh man, did you get vaporized? Am I like breathing you? Oh Glob, don't worry, we'll figure this out.
Nah, that's fine. I'm just messing with you.
What? No way.
Seriously, I'm in your pocket. Try hitting R2. Boom!
Jake shield.
See? I'm a shield now. I can block certain enemy attacks and push away hazardous objects.
That sounds mad useful.
Yep. Hey, try using me against those things over there. You'll be safe as long as I'm a shield.
And Zelda games, though, break some pots. Oops. Apparently I'm getting too close. Yeah, there's items to grab, so not that worried about the health loss. Well, that one I was worried about.
Yum.
Items that pop out of it don't seem to disappear. I'm not sure if that was a flaw or just part of the design. I don't really remember much from the first
Jake?
game. Or the first
Kinda
playthrough I did.
messed up.
And by that I mean on the PS
You mean
Vita, not on
pretending
the
I was
game.
captured somewhere and communicating telepathically?
Yeah, that was totes messed up.
Oh, I'm sorry, Finn. I was just embarrassed because I forgot why Princess Bubblegum sent us here.
Oh no, you too?
Yeah, that's a pretty common thing among the two.
Yeah, I stopped paying attention, I guess. I was hoping you were listening.
Nope, was too distracted making crazy bubbles in my spit. Wanna see?
I remember, I was there.
And yet these guys are the hero of our story in the Land of Boo.
Ba-boop.
We gotta unlock that door.
Maybe we should ask those monsters where the key is.
Ask them? Why ask them when we could just pound the key out of them?
Exactly.
I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if we should try talking to them more. You know,
Nah, they're monsters. Pounding is the only way.
I guess you're right. Yum.
Start collecting treasure. And that's the
This
last
one's
item
perfect.
I was talking about.
Now you can.
In this case, it's monster guts. And you'll trade it off for items. Of course, you still need to.
Babu.
It requires you to have a ton of those monster guts and lie. Ooh, 28 bucks already.
Do you even remember the name of the kingdom we're in?
Come to think of it, no.
Wait, I don't think it had one. Did it?
That's crazy. Every kingdom has a name. It was something. The non-kingdom. Unkingdom?
The Nameless Kingdom.
Yeah, see? Told you it had a name. Wait. Why would Bubblegum send us to some weird no-name kingdom?
Schwiz, Jake. We gotta figure this out or PB's gonna think we're doofs.
I'm pretty sure she already thinks that they're doofs, as he said. Well, push that along.
Finn! Jake! We've been expecting you. Is there a reason why you didn't use the front door?
You had a lot of monsters in that basement of yours, but we took care of it.
You're welcome.
Yes, of course. Needless to say, you've arrived at a moment of great need. I'm sure Princess Bubblegum explained the situation, but I'd like to recap if that's all right.
Sure thing.
This kingdom was created by three kind and benevolent sisters. Lullaby Princess, Slumber Princess, and Nightmare Princess. Now that the kingdom is complete, a ruler must be chosen to guide it forward. The coronation ceremony is tomorrow, but all three princesses have disappeared.
Oh, Slam! You need us to find the princesses so one of them can rule the Nameless Kingdom, right?
Quite right. There isn't much time, I'm afraid.
We'll find those sisters before you know they're gone. Any idea where they might be?
We had assumed each princess retired to her respective temple. Unfortunately, it seems the entire kingdom has been overrun by monsters, as you saw.
No worries, your butlership. Monsters are just pickups I haven't collected yet.
Oh, well,
Nice.
okay then. We're counting on you, Finn the human.
And with that, you're off on your adventure. And if you look at the map, it'll show you where you need to go, or should show you where you need to go. Too soon, I guess.
That Pillowman Butler is a class act.
Definitely. We didn't even have to ask him to explain everything.
Princesses? Check. Monsters? Check. 3 temples? Check.
So, what time is it? Top-down adventure time!
See, they get it. And now it should show you that. So, it shows you where the princesses are at, and even tells you where to go, which is going to be the princess on the right, who's just, for lack of a better word, say throbbing, so she's pulsating over there. And that's where we're going to go. With the overworld, I'll take us through the overworld, but then after, I'll more than likely just start skipping through, but editing it down to wherever I find useful items and show you within the map. So if you are following along, otherwise, doesn't much matter. As I said, it is a short game, so all you're gonna do is deal with the princesses in the final dungeon, and that's it. There is a lot of the same, or I shouldn't say the same, a lot of the familiar Adventure Time characters, so you're going to see everyone here. Although this is a new world, apparently everyone decided to come over here. And one of the first places that I'm going to go is to go to Choose Goose's shop, which is up north. It's the one of those houses up there, the one in the middle, because he has something I need. So let's go. And as you're exploring, just keep chopping down bushes. If it's your first playthrough, you'll get a trophy for chopping down like 99 of these bushes. But it's also really useful for helping you find treasure, nuts for trail mix. Since it is like a Zelda game also, there isn't really any benefit to killing the enemies. Like, they do drop items like gold, but aside from that, there isn't a benefit. You're not going to end up leveling up if you end up killing, you know, X amount of them. You're just doing it just to get rid of them. So let's go over here. Treasure chest right here.
Mixing it up.
And in here you find these, I don't know what you want to call it, the top of a gumball machine.
How many
And
are
you're
there?
gonna end up trading it with somebody, similar to Zelda on the Game Boy. You're gonna end up trading it, and he's gonna help you to upgrade your sword. But unlike the Zelda game, there is no actual, just definitive 20. There's like, I want to say 30 of them, and once you found 20 of them, the other remaining ones just turn into treasure. And I'll try my best to show that. There's one area where I could, if I do it all right, I can show you that, oh, this is, this one was a gumball machine, now it is just the gold pile. And right here there's a secret cave. This one leads you to Shelby, Shelby being the worm. See, there he is.
Oh, hi Finn. I came to see the coronation, but I guess it's delayed. Turns out there's not a ton to do here. Kinda wish I'd brought a movie or something.
And we'll deal with Shelby later. He's gonna be part of this whole trade transaction that you have to do, and that part is required for you to progress to the last dungeon. So it's not like you won't see him again. Oh, actually, since I'm showing everybody around, if you go up this way, there's gonna be a cave, a couple monsters for you to deal with. Push the grab. Ooh, man. Getting everything. In here, I forget what his name is, the pig dude.
Finn,
Oh, Mr.
how
Pig.
are you? My special lady and I came to the Nameless Kingdom for a romantic getaway weekend.
Pretty sure that's not his voice, but I can't remember the last time I saw Mr. Pig in an Adventure Time episode.
Today was her manicure day, but I wonder if she forgot we agreed to meet here afterward.
But one of your first early trades will be to find tree trunks. She'll give you a letter, and then afterwards he'll start selling you trail mix. It'll help you recover your hearts. Ooh. Not good. Here's a video store. Kind of looks like Blockbuster, although it looks like it just originally said video. A lot of VHS tapes thrown around. And later on, we'll be back to get this. If you watch the show, you know that's Heat Signature, which is a movie that they've referenced a few times. But for now, we can't do anything about it. So let's keep moving along. And here's Choose Goose's shop. I'm just gonna break down some bushes because I don't remember how much the first time I'm trying for it cost.
Grabbing all the rubles.
I want to say I have enough, but could have been 35.
Oh, this one's perfect. Yeah.
What else is a merchant to
Hey,
say?
yo, that's 35.
Will you buy anything today?
So 35 gets you this banana. The banana is
This
the equivalent
handy
of a
fruit
boomerang.
keeps adventures on track. It snags any pickup, and it always comes back. Thank you for choosing the
So,
Choose
buy the
Goods
banana ring.
store. We'll still be here later if you need something more.
Oh, let's equip that onto myself. Let's see, you can throw it out. And there isn't much in terms of saying what can help you early on in the game.
Mixing it up. Oh, this one's
But
perfect.
we're gonna go collect a few bucks, which might mean that I guess I'm gonna skip around through the game because we'll come back to choose Goose's shack. So if there's any parts that get cut out, you know that's because we're looking around gathering treasure. And so now we've gone into, I want to say this one is Sleeping Princess's area. And in here we're going to go and we're going to find tree trunks. So there I'm on the map, so you kind of have an idea of where we were. And you're just going to enter this cave and you'll find tree trunks over in this little side cave. Beyond that, there's not much else you can do within this cave. If you end up going north, you're blocked by these stones that you can't lift yet. So say you just tried it and he looked like he was going to throw us back out. So just go over here and there's tree trunks. Again, similar like Mr. Pig, it's not her voice. Tree Trunks had a very distinct voice and this is not it.
Hi, Finn. I've been waiting here for my loving husband for what seems like forever. He must be planning a surprise. If you run into him, could you pass along this love note? Just don't read it. It's full of steamy, raw emotions.
Let's exit out of there. You can't read it. All you can see right here is the most you can read out of it. It says Dearest Pig and then XOXOOTT, which of course is for tree trunks. You could try your best, pin your eyes as close to that screen as possible to try to read it, but is it really worth it? Probably not. It probably doesn't say anything really that big. So when we catch up again, we'll be back at Mr. Pig's cave, and then we'll finish up that transaction. And if it's your first playthrough, that'll get you a trophy just for finishing up that little love letter exchange. Cut video. So up here, as I mentioned before, with all those nuts, you would be able to trade them, and that's going to be just barely crossing into Sleeping Princess's domain. So in there's a little shack, and here you can exchange it. So the witch.
Welcome to the trail mix shop. We sell trail mix.
So you need 30 of each of those, or no, she tells you how much you need. I think it might have been a little bit different, but then you need that plus money. So
That mix will render you invincible. It takes 20 demon hearts to whip up a batch.
So 20 demon hearts plus 30 bucks. No, I'm good, but that is one of the best ones to get.
Just a few fruits. You can have some trail mix to increase your attack power. That's our special defense mix, which helps you stand up to attacks. You need to have gathered nuts to make that.
So you need to gather enough materials. So the little demon hearts on the right, the fruits, I guess, on the left and then the nuts in the middle. Plus have the correct amount of gold in order to be able to exchange those. And so now we're back to the Choose Goose area. I did forget to go in here. So this is like a pottery barn location. And I don't know if pottery barn is the right term I should use, but it's just an area where you go around and you can trash all these pots. But they have a very specific sign in the front. No dogs allowed. So you come in here and break some of these. Dude starts getting mad at you. See a little countdown of like how many of these can you break. And here comes the cops. So you do that, you get thrown out. And there's an actual point to that. You do want to actually break all of them, but you're not going to be able to do that until way later on in the game. So for now, if you want to just mess around, that's just one area you can go to and just break pots just for the hell of it. But back to it, we're going into Choose Goose's shop, and we're going to pick up the middle item.
But will you buy anything today? You need handy containers if you want to forage.
And so these are just literally Ziploc bags, but the Ziploc bags are the equivalent of bottles in the Zelda game. So buy a baggie. Yep. It's your first of many. And then he has the hearts. Later on you'll have other things, so as you keep buying things, they get replaced. And there's a trophy for getting basically every one of every item, or at least have had one of every item. So that does count towards the fact that you are buying some of the items that he's putting out there. And if you're thinking, oh man, I'm not gonna have that kind of money, you'll have enough money to access. As I mentioned, also since we got the tree trunks letter, now we're gonna go back and we're gonna go give that to Mr. Pig. And just talk to him, give it to him, and again, if it's your first time going through it, you're gonna get a trophy for it.
Gosh, where could she be?
Give a love note? Yes.
Oh, what is this? A love note from my blushing bride? Oh, ho, 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 ho. I see. How reassuring. I am full of loving warm fuzzies.
And see, then you can buy these. I don't have that much money on me. I only have 8 gold, or rubles as it keeps saying, but I come back later and get it. And so now we are in Lullaby Princess's domain area, and it's this giant chunked area here. That's going to be the first dungeon that we're going to end up going to. And you can see it's kind of short, the area in which you can go there. But I'm going to walk you through it all, maybe find a couple more items, maybe not. And then show you some things that you can and can't do yet. It's always just more of these little worms. And I want to say the worms were in one of the episodes. Can't really remember what that episode was about. Here you have Cinnabon.
Hi, Finn. What you up to? I'm bored. I'm just gonna stand here until something hilarious happens.
So he blocks your way. There's nothing you can do to get past him. Not until after you beat Lullaby Princess's temple, dungeon, whatever you want to call it. So he's just gonna stay there the entire time, blocking your way. But you want to get past him, and as soon as you finish it off, you want to go to that other area, because there's a few items. Oh, and there's another one of those Gumball. There's a few items over there that you want to get early on. That'll help you to make the game a little bit easier. Kind of just better to get it done earlier rather than later.
Grabbing all the rubles. Yeah.
Oh, Gamesaurus. Just remember, the boomerang is your best friend, especially if you're gonna play this on the no upgrade mode. It's like your best friend. Ooh, almost got hit.
Yum. Grabbing all the rubles.
There's a rock here, can't pick that up yet. So up here's this whole graveyard, and here's Starchy. You can do this if you have 30 gold and you race Starchy. It goes clockwise, but I'm gonna be honest with you, you can't beat him. You have to cheat, so basically you gotta come back once you can lift up these rocks. Otherwise, there's no way for you to beat him. He's just faster and better than you. So then you also have to cut yourself this pathway here, burn down this tree, and that's the only way you're gonna beat him. And if you beat him, he gives you another one of these little Ziploc bags. And then up here, here's the demon. He's part of that whole trade route that involves Shelby and another character.
What's your problem? Never seen a guy open a portal to the Nidosphere before? I thought I could do this without bug milk, but it's just not working out that way.
I'm not even sure what bug milk is, but we're just gonna leave it at that. So, nothing much you can do there, but keep that area in mind because we will be back. One for the trade route and the other to beat Starchy and get that next Ziploc baggie. So let's get moving on. Oh, 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 oh. Then over here we have a cave. Aye. So if you end up going north, this whole little puzzle area. But you can't move this box yet. You have to come back when you can lift up those rocks. Once you're able to do that, you basically doubled your strength. Doesn't do anything for your attack, but it just doubles your strength, so it allows you to push things that you couldn't push and lift up rocks that you couldn't lift up before. But over here, besides there being a few pots for you to break through, so that I'm doing, you join a raid. So
The acoustics in this cave are tight.
a lot of little bears dancing here.
I can't get enough of this jam.
And if you've watched Adventure Time, you know exactly whose cave this is.
Thanks! I love dancing!
You end up talking to all of them. They have something to say.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Yep,
The acoustics in this...
heard that one.
Sorry, bro! I don't know where the bathroom is!
Exactly.
The acoustics in this cave... I can't get enough of this jam! Sorry, bro! Beep, beep, boop, zap, zap, zap. Beep, beep, boop, zap.
And so here's who should have known was in here.
Welcome, guy.
Party pack.
Glad you made it to our righteous dance party. I've been spinning out tunes for hours. I'm actually getting kind of tired. I can't stop, though. I have an obligation to my people. An obligation to party. I just need to pump up my energy somehow.
Exactly. He has an obligation to party. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But then again, what really does make sense in Adventure Time? Nothing to do there. Though you can either do it on your own time, like
Now I can buy stuff.
by that I mean you can end up doing it now, or you can end up doing it after you beat the game and then do this little victory thing. But there's a trophy for just standing in there for like 11 or so minutes. Don't have to do anything, just stand there 11 minutes, it'll pop up. So use that whenever you need like a bathroom break or gotta make some food. Boom. Back outside, we're almost to Lullaby Princess's castle, dungeon, whatever. Hey. Freaking arms.
Grabbing all the rubles.
Oh yeah, sturdy wood boards. You'll use that in another trade transaction. You had, just like with any, or I shouldn't say with anyone. If you played some of the earlier, I want to say particularly the very first Legend of Zelda game, not all the walls that you broke were good or were within your favor. So in this case, you're gonna break some of the wall and it's gonna tell you come back and rebuild it, but you need 5 pieces of wood. So you have 1. And once you've given him all the 5 pieces of wood, he'll give you another baggie and then close up shop. And these are the fairies. They just recover your hearts. I want to say they're called pie fairies. There's nothing else more to them. Later on, I'll show you guys something, but one of the bigger takeaways to remember that is, even though you have containers, you can't put them in the container. So this isn't like the Legend of Zelda where you keep a fairy with you. If you end up dying, you're gonna recover. It's not possible. But then again, this is a pretty easy game. It's nothing really hard. So and if you do end up dying, you just save and continue from the last area that you were at. So the last little cave that you were in, or the last dungeon.
Now I can buy stuff.
And here we are. And this guy has a requirement before he lets you in there. I should have already met the requirement. He'll let you know here. The other dungeons will be the same thing. There's some kind of requirement for you to get in.
Oh, it's wonderful you've made it, as there is indeed a princess inside this temple. But I must first ask that you find a plastic baggie.
Show him the baggie.
At last, you brought a plastic baggie. As promised, welcome to the Song Temple.
Song Temple just looks like a school. Or a library. There was like a book on the front of the building. Loading time. Alright, so here we go. So just like a Zelda game, you know, you have this little map. In this case, lets you know you have 2 floors and a basement. You'll end up finding items around here similar to Zelda games, so you'll find a map or a piece of paper that you can write stuff onto that it's equivalent to a map, a pencil that'll let you know, hey, the areas you were in, and mark down where any of the treasures are at, and then the boss key.
Oh, this one's perfect.
So even though I've played the game, it's not like I really memorized where I went. So. just explore the dungeon at your leisure. Do keep in mind, see right there where it said number 5 up there. You're gonna need to remember that. So number 5 is this little, I don't know what you want to call it. Actually, not that great with knowing instruments, dang. But number 5 is that instrument, whatever it's called. And then little bomb dudes. So let's go this way. And there's green and red treasure chests. The red treasure chests usually carry key items. The green ones are generic items, whether it's money, those gumballs. I want to say you could actually find heart pieces in them, and trail mix stuff. Oh, second one is a drum. So what do we find? Map paper.
No map like a blank map.
So, see, there's the whole map. As we keep going through it, and when we find the pencil, we'll be able to write, you know, where we've been. Ooh, cherry. Small little box I can move.
Now I can buy
And
stuff.
gold. Damn it. Porcupine guys, just hit them, knock them over with the shield. These are like the easier versions. Later on, there's a slightly harder one. And the key. Sweet. Come on. Once we get bombs, we'll be able to blow up these walls pretty easily. For now, we can't get bombs. And there's the boss room. And some more pie fairies. Little magic pigs. They're on an Adventure Time episode. They're pretty bad pigs as it was. And we got a pencil.
Notation time.
So now we can see all the areas we were at. There's the boss dungeon. That was locked door. Treasure chest that we missed in the starting area. Well, probably didn't miss, but I just couldn't get. Or get to. Seriously. The boomerang can stop these guys when they're electric, which is also really useful if you're playing on the I don't know what I'm gonna call that one. The no upgrade mode. Seriously. There we go. I'm not gonna deal with them. 3 is a bagpipe.
Oh, hey, let me see that.
What is it, Jake?
It's an ancient technique called a grabby hand. It doesn't look too hard.
That just sounds perverted.
This'll let me reach out of your pocket with my meaty paws and grab stuff. Give it a try with L2.
With my meaty paws, who says
Grabbing
that?
stuff. Sweet.
So. And now with that we can get bombs. And if you haven't figured out how we get bombs, and you'll figure that out pretty shortly.
Yeah. Grabbing all the rubles.
And here's how we get bombs. They go right into your baggie. There's a size limit of 9 per baggie. Right now I'm at 4. Oop, this is low.
Oh, this one's perfect. Grabbing all the rubles.
And then just to use and press the button, it's equipped it too. Also, if you end up throwing one and you didn't actually want to use it, just go ahead and pick it back up. So just run up to it, and it puts it right back in the bag.
I'll treasure this.
And out we go. Trying to remember if there was any other walls that I could have exploded on.
Ba-boop.
Piggies. Alright, we can explode that one. Yeah, so if you try to do this with the pie fairies, one, it's gonna scare them off, and 2, it's just gonna kill the one you got. So try to grab it,
Oh, squick.
and that's why you can't put any into baggies, because there's no real way for you to grab them. There's no net that you're gonna find, so there's a little bit of a spoiler. You're not gonna just find some random net. Today.
Oh, this one's perfect.
And there, set that up for later. These are little magician dudes here. They're just gonna hit you with some
Totally lame.
unwanted effects, and they go away after time. So like right now, I got turned into a giant foot thing. But they're generally harmless, and you can't really beat any of them yet. Later on, once you get another ability, you'll be able to fight them. But since they're underground, there's nothing you can do. Well, maybe you could throw a bomb, but I'm not gonna waste my time with that.
Babu, sweet.
Get some bombs. Number 4 is I don't know what that is.
Grabbing all the
Trumpet?
rubles.
I don't know. Again, not that great with knowing certain instruments. I did not play any brass instruments. Unlike a Gandanomi, I played drums and guitar, and subsequently, as an adult, learned how to play the piano. Huzzah! Another key. Oh, you know, little piano. Little piano is number 1. Or I guess you could just say it was keyboard, but I don't believe it's just meant the piano. Oh, oh, oh. Come on, where are you, little piggy? And that's why the boomerang's your best friend. And so here's why you need to know which one was which. So now you're hitting that guy first, then the drums, this guy, this weird thing, and that. And that played some random music. But it lets you through the door, so now we just keep moving. Seven come out the other end. Okay. Pots to break. More enemies to kill. And treasure chest. Full of gold. Yeah, that makes good sense. And I'm frozen. So I just gotta wait until it breaks off and then I can continue moving along. Hope that didn't translate into the enemy. And let's go up. I'll wait there. And down we go. But this is with a reason. Because obviously with sound there we want. There's that treasure chest. Just had another little one of those gumballs. Which puts me at 3. 17 away. And since I'm playing on the trying to get the good ending, although that doesn't matter for the good ending, I'm also playing to get everything because I already played the no upgrade mode version. The only difference being that you have the 3 hearts the entire time, and you're not going to get any of the upgrades for your armor, so you're going to take like the full damage from everything. But otherwise it's generally the same. Oh, and the little boss fights, the last boss fight will be a little bit longer just because you're doing half the damage that you could be doing. Generally when we generally when we're gonna get to that point in the game, you'll see it's not really that hard. It is a little bit tricky, and if you don't know what you're doing, you can kind of be lost.
Sweet.
I think the first time I did it, I had no idea what I was doing, and spent a good chunk of time just dying trying to figure out what the hell is going on. But I did the same thing for I think it's Link's Awakening, the one on the Game Boy. That I had no idea how to fight the last boss on that one, and I spent upwards of 30 minutes to an hour just throwing everything in my arsenal, not knowing what I was supposed to do. Of course, now I know what to do, and you know, hindsight, I just think to myself like, man, I was an idiot for not knowing that. But in the moment, I didn't know. Don't hit me! Don't hit me! Don't hit me! And I got turned to a foot. If that's anyone's thing, yo, there it is. There's 2 treasure chests here. One of them is just gold, if I remember correctly, and the other one is the key.
Doors are
There's the
numbered.
key. Release them. And gold.
All the rubles.
Literally 1 gold. Yeah.
Baboop.
And the boss key.
Talk about a big.
So now we just gotta make it back to the boss room, which is in the basement. Oh yeah, I remember what this one was.
Grabbing all the rubles. Yeah.
And there's our way down. Now that we have the key, we can go in there. And they made a little portal, so if you end up dying, which I might end up dying for all I know, then you can just transport yourself back here. In future dungeons, they won't be as close to the boss room, so they might be a little bit adjacent. But unlike any of the Zelda games, there is not a mid-boss that you're gonna fight, and then this is gonna appear. It's just gonna appear at certain points. And they'll be generally close to where the boss dungeon is. Sometimes they'll just be at critical points. Just makes it a lot easier than having to traverse the entire dungeon. But here we go. And you fight magic monkeys. I don't know what else to call them. And just like with any Zelda game, you know, it's the item that you got in here. And see, it did terrible. So you hit them, you reflect back their magic at them, and then you spank them. And that's what you're doing overall, is you're just reflecting the magic and spanking them. Reflecting the magic and spanking them. Shit, that's the hard part.
Yum.
Not gonna make it in time for him. Oopsie. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Oh. Yeah, that could happen. Take an idiot, spank him. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Dude. And there he's dead. And you get a sweet new heart.
Spectacular!
Should probably get a trophy for that because I didn't grab any of the hearts before. But now we're gonna talk to Lullaby Princess, and Lullaby Princess is kind of funny. You'll see what I mean.
Hey, are you a princess?
At last sunrise, with a start, my young heart jumps to attention. His light parts the fog behind my eyes. A heroic young boy whose assumption's not wrong. You've spoken correctly. I'm the princess of song.
Cool.
Yeah.
Element Butler sent us to find you. You okay?
The coronation, of course. Your quest begets inquiry. A spell put me to sleep. That's a good theory.
So she's not okay?
I think maybe that's just how she talks, Jake. Let me
Yeah.
try something.
Like a weirdo.
Oh princess, won't you answer my song? What the butt's going down in this crib?
Young boy, I would tell you if only I knew. But alas, that secret is mysterious still. Whoever the villain, it's long since they flew. Now I shall as well to the castle return.
What's important is we found one of the princesses.
That's the spirit. Wanna get out of here, buddy?
Sure, okay.
And that's the first dungeon. You save Lullaby Princess and come back out. So that's where I'm gonna stop the video. I'm gonna just stop right here. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you in part 2.